Okay, so how we use our adrenaline, how we get pumped, how we got to prove something, how we got to do something. Oh yeah, I'm in your face. I got to do something. So it's easy to get a reaction out of someone in wherever their Mars is. In those areas, they're going to be strong and they're going to be quick to react, positively or negatively. So when someone's mature, they get a kindness. They learn to work with their energy without hurting anybody. But when you're competing and you're threatened and you're struggling, boy, Mars, we can trip over our own anger and fight with people, and it's just intolerable, and nobody wants to do anything with it. These are, if someone's autistic and they don't have their boundaries, they're putting energy out, they're hurting people, they don't realize they hurt people, and they have to learn how to do this. So usually with Mars, you have to Jupiter learn some of it, and you have to be disciplined to learn it well, to be able to use it well. That's Saturn. So, okay, when Mars is above the horizon, the power and the energy goes out to social functional realities, to other people, to marriage, to business, to sharing things, to ethics, morality, to what people, who's right, who's wrong, to accomplishing, to career. I can do this, I can accomplish, I can achieve this, to friends and peer pressure. We're doing this. We're it was just like you're part of a team. It has a logo, has a slogan. You wear certain things, and you have certain things that come. There's your team or your gang. The Mars up in the 11th, and the 12th house of. It's like, how do you do something socially conscious? But usually you're finding out what's unfair and how people are getting hurt and what's wrong, and you're either being the problem or having to solve it, and often it forces one to be much more careful around how they use their energy because there's so many other people out there. So, but that's outer functional Mars. That's interreactive challenges. I got to get experience. I got to be at the party. I got to go out to this thing. I got to see so-and-so. I got a great business deal. I can't turn this down. I met the perfect person. We're going to get married. We got to go for it. Like all of these things are social interactive things. And we have to prove ourselves, or we're going to be active trying to make them happen. So for someone who has Mars above the horizon, being at home is almost counterproductive. Why do I want to be at home? I want to get out and do something. Okay, it's with Mars above, it's how it becomes much more apparent how you're affecting other people. When Mars is below, often it's a disassociation. I do it because I feel I need to do this. I have to do this. Not about anyone else. I got to do this, or I'm not going to do this. And your attitude cannot. I'm not pumping up like in business. If you're positive, be positive. You can sell. You can reach this limit. You can sell this much. You can make these happen. Just be positive. Project it out. It'll all happen. That's business, sales, marketing. Go do it. But it doesn't work for the subjective person. Well, it works a limited, but really, I gotta feel. I gotta believe in what I'm doing. I gotta feel what I'm doing. I gotta need to do this. Or how can I do this? It's like, I don't want to feel in that people. I don't want to compete with that people. Why should I go out there? They're hassling me. I'd rather build up my own energy. The energy becomes more personally used. In a funny way, a lot of coaches would have the Mars above the horizon, be above the horizon. It's like coaching and working with a team to coach people how to fit in or what's expected of them. The Mars below is how to get better personally, how to do things personally, how to be strong oneself so one feels as good as someone else. But there might be an inhibition about not being as strong as someone else outwardly. So I'll do things at home or do things more personally. First, third house, communication. Second house, my resources. First house, your identity, your image. The sixth house is the skills I have. The fifth house, to play. The fourth house is security. Okay, I feel secure to do things. If I don't feel secure, why should I go there? If there's gangs and bullies out there, why would I go there? I'd try and do something at home. So the Mars becomes subjective object. Someone who's subjectively pumped can be doing something, be really strong and really succeed, but they're not going to be so interactive. They're not going to be so much a team player. They're going to be more. It's not entirely, but it could be more. This has to be done. I got to do this. It's like, but not. They're making me do it, or they're making demands of me. There's this. the priority is to do the things I want to do. I'm a lover. I'm a person. I got my home. I got my things. I got my ideas. These are mine. I don't care what yours are. Like, don't start. Don't. As long as I can do mine, we're okay. But what I'm doing may not fit into what the group is doing. Not gonna. So it's really hard to take a single planet separately. So this is the work of these classes. We're doing each one separately to each category to see how it works for us and make some association. Just see how it's connecting. And once we've done that, it begins to stretch and we're learning at the planets. Once we get this gist of how it works by sign, how the signs affect, how it works by planets, or get a sense of it, how the aspects come in, then it starts coming together and you see all these level functioning together. And when you relate a person's chart and you see their Mars, you say, oh, look at that. But to see the Mars, it's not enough. What are you doing? Where's your heart? What's important to you? Where's your moon? What do you need to get for security? How are you getting it? What do you value? What do you think? Like all of those things are part of what makes you do things. Okay. So a lot of times when you try to look at it in life, you see the doing of things, but you also can see when something broke, when something fought, when something got stopped, when there was I got blocked, I had the accident, so I couldn't do this, or I had a fight with so-and-so, I'm afraid to go there. Like I had a bad relationship, so I'm afraid to try again, or someone took my girlfriend away, I'm going to have to fight to get it, or do I go somewhere else? Like, there's so many choices of things you can do. There's so many adventures, and we need to do them, and you need to just try. But there'll be results of the actions, and those will settle. So if Mars is below, you're going to take personally. Anything you do, you're going to take personally. It's a personal thing that you're doing it. I'm coming here. But if 10 people are going out to do it, and 10 people are going out to be part of a function, and you personally went out to do it, you feel it's a big personal thing, you went out to do it, and everyone else said, well, so what? We're all doing it. Let's go. And you might be there trying to either disassociate or be pushing harder to try and fit in more, or this gap is there. I have my Mars very low in the chart. It's rising, but it's subjective. And I'm in my third house. I've been always driven to, I know something, I got to fight for it. Somebody's saying something wrong, I can't put up with it. I say something. Even when I shouldn't, I say something back. So I'm argumentative and competitive with my ideas with brothers, just in how I'm thinking. When I run across wrong information, someone putting wrong information in astrology when I was younger, how dare they? I thought, this is so stupid. I got to fight this. It was a motivational factor for me to do a lot of work that I've done with astrology. So I'm kind of grateful for the enemies I've had, or for the idiots I've run into, because they kind of forced me to make sure I'm not doing that. Of course, I did get married 3 times, so I can't win 100% on the not idiot side. But anyways, you put your energy out, you try, hopefully you learn, you get some defenses, you get some disciplines. But wherever Mars is, you're pushing. So for me, it was always to get knowledge, to get information, to go places, to do things. Don't tell me what to do. In a marriage, if I'm taking out the garbage, I'm halfway out, and the wife calls up and says, hey, honey, take out the garbage. I would drop it on the spot. Don't tell me what to do. Here's your homework in school. Don't tell me what to do. It wasn't until I got to the 2nd year in grade 10 that I learned to do the homework before I was asked. And as soon as I got ahead of it, I had no problem with school. I just had trouble being told what to do. Okay. So it's very easy to see how that transposes from school. I've never worked for other people, worked for myself. But you can switch that over to marriage. It's like I've subjectively driven Mars. It's a personal obsession. But it's not as socially aware or functional as someone who has Mars above the horizon. Ask any of my ex-wives, or most of the people know, they would say, yeah, that's right. Like you start comparing and seeing, you're noticing, but you don't always have words for them. But this lets you get closer to see, oh, it worked like that, or this. You see many different things at different ages, how you're using your energy, and that for better or worse. And you see what it takes for you to stop using it wrong and to have to learn right. Or to go further, this is all the challenges of Mars. So the big issues, health, 6th house, perform and reactions to other people, performance, romance, and playing. I got to be the best. I'm the best lover. I'm too sexy for my hat. You know, like it's just all these things are just, this is me. It's subjective. I'm doing it. It's not. It stands out as a little bit dramatic in the objective functional world, but that still can be very appealing. When it's down really low in the fourth house, I got to make my home. I got to fix my place. I have to feel secure to do things. I got to do things to feel secure. So someone with the Mars in the fourth could still have a very strong career, but they're really just doing it because it's paying for the house. And if they didn't, they wouldn't have their security. Okay, but they might have a lot of struggles when the kids want to grow up and start going out in the world. They may not be so functional or so able to adapt to how to let go of that. They might be fighting to maintain the security of how it was rather than letting the kids grow up on their own. Third house, you're pushing your ideas, and the second house pushing for resources, or I gotta have this, I gotta get this, I gotta do this, I gotta have that skateboard, I gotta do. I mean, everyone can have that, those basic desires. The Venus that want to get it, but how it affects us when we don't get the energy, when it gets blocked, how it affects us. That's often the rebound. You'll see this reaction is really subjective or very social. Do you act out or do you act in? It's a subjective desire to achieve, get experiences. I have to do this. I have to be able to get this. I have to have done this. I have to do, like, it's subjective, but hey, are you coming with us? We're part of the game. We're part of the team. Like some of my most learning experiences were playing baseball and football as a kid. In fact, they were the only places that I can say I ever felt positively part of a team. Because you could compete, you could be there. Everybody's glad because you're being good and you're part of it. It all worked. There was room for my being to be there. And I didn't have to be that social function. I just had to be disciplined and work and good at what I did and be part of it to do it. But once the games were over and the teams weren't there, and it came to school and different controlled situations, jobs, boy, as soon as someone talks to me the wrong way, I'm reacting and I'm out of there. First paycheck. Who needs this? So fortunately, I've worked for myself all my own life. You know, it's just funny. I go to do something. If I want to go do something, I say, I need a loan. I'll go to the bank. I'll try and get a loan to go do something. I'll go to the bank. They say, you do what? I don't get the loan. Like, I'm doing something subjective. It's not making rational sense outwardly. I'm not into interference. Of course, that just makes me madder. But this is, I mean, we know how to use electricity. We know how to, you know, you plug something in, it gets electricity, it gives power to things. But no one knows exactly. We know it has positive, negative sides. We know we can get shocked by it. We know we can do things, but no one knows exactly what it is. And no, we can watch what it does. We don't know exactly what it does, what it is. So this, it's like life. I mean, each of the planets are kind of electricity, kind of energy. So imagine you're in a room and there's 10 electric sockets right in front of you, and you stick your fingers in the 10 sockets. Now, one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to be thrown across the room, or you're going to be stuck there. So imagine you're stuck there. You're going, you're getting in the shock. And some Virgo comes up, would you please define what you're doing? Wait, how you were experiencing it? And you're thinking, turn off the darn electricity, or kill you. Like, or you might be dead too. But like, it's life is like fingers in the sockets. You're alive. You know? But how you can get over pumped or under pumped, like it's energy. When you don't have the energy, you're not going to be here long. And we only got maybe 90, around 80 to 100 years anyways, which seems like a long time when you're 20. When you're 70, it looks like a shorter time span. Doesn't look so long ahead. So starting things and energy driving towards things, this is all Mars. No, so